I realised that the smallest incident turned into a huge crisis for Mum.
Slow down! Stop being so hyper!
1 minute Mum's a punch bag for the kids, and the next minute she's aggressive and she's in their face.
There is a wound many people carry, quietly, secretly, without a name. A wound that shaped your identity, your relationships, your emotional patterns, long before you ever understood what was happening. A wound you didn't choose, a wound you couldn't control, a wound that came from the very place you were supposed to feel the safest, your mother. Not necessarily because she was cruel, not necessarily because she was abusive, not necessarily because she didn't love you, but because whatever version of motherhood she offered or failed to offer became the blueprint of your emotional life. This video is not about blaming mothers. This is not about villainizing the woman who raised you. This is not about rewriting history with bitterness. This is about understanding the psychological architecture she built inside you without your permission, without your awareness, without your choice. This is for the people who grew up anxious, insecure, confused, lonely, guilty, overwhelmed, or emotionally fragile, and never understood why. Today, you will know why. The mother wound. The first blueprint of self. Every child begins life as pure openness, no identity, no voice, no boundaries, no sense of self. And the mother, whether biological or adoptive, becomes the first mirror that tells you who you are. If she is nurturing, attuned, emotionally present, safe, you learn that you are lovable. You learn that you matter. You learn emotional stability. But if she is unavailable, inconsistent, critical, smothering, or unpredictable, you learn something very different. You learn, I must earn love. I must stay invisible. I must stay perfect. I must not upset her. I must take care of her. I must not need too much. Your mother teaches you how to feel and how not to feel, how to love and how to fear love, how to express yourself and how to bury yourself. The mother wound becomes the emotional skeleton of your life. The emotionally unavailable mother, the loneliness that taught you to numb. Some mothers are physically present, but emotionally absent. They did not comfort you. They did not listen. They did not soothe your pain. They did not connect. You learned very early, my feelings don't matter. My needs are a burden. No one will take care of me. This becomes adulthood patterns like, you apologize for everything. You never ask for help. You shut down when emotional. You feel lonely even around people. You choose emotionally distant partners. You can't trust closeness. You feel empty but don't know why. You survive childhood by disconnecting, but emotional numbness kills potential, connection, intimacy, and identity. The critical mother, the voice that became self-doubt. If your mother was judgmental, perfectionistic, or constantly disappointed, you never developed self-confidence. Instead, you developed self-criticism, self-surveillance, self-doubt. Every mistake became a catastrophe. Every emotion became a weakness. Every accomplishment felt insufficient. Her voice, sharp, dismissive, demanding, became the voice in your head. Now you hear, "Be better. That's not enough. Don't embarrass yourself. Why can't you do anything right?" You don't chase goals, you avoid failure. You don't take risks, you fear humiliation. You don't feel proud, you feel pressure. Children of critical mothers don't grow ambition, they grow anxiety. The overprotective or smothering mother, the cage disguised as love. Some mothers were not cold, they were too warm, too involved, too controlling, too afraid. They meant well, but they raised you inside a psychological cage. You learned, "I cannot do life alone. Something terrible will happen if I try. Other people are dangerous. I must stay close to her or bad things happen." Now you may experience fear of independence, fear of adulthood, fear of taking risks, fear of disappointing her, guilt for wanting autonomy, paralysis when making decisions. What she called love, you experienced as imprisonment. Overprotection destroys potential just as effectively as neglect because it prevents growth. The narcissistic or self-absorbed mother, the theft of identity. A narcissistic mother does not see you. She sees a reflection of herself. Your purpose was to admire her, validate her, obey her, stabilize her emotions, avoid outshining her. Your needs were irrelevant. Your feelings were an inconvenience. Your desires were disobedience. You lived in a state of emotional hypervigilance, scanning her moods, adjusting your behavior, suppressing your identity. You learned to stay small, to hide your talents, to be who she wanted, to walk on eggshells, to carry her emotions, to disappear so she could shine. Under a narcissistic mother, you do not grow into yourself, you grow into a role. Your real self remains buried. The depressed or traumatized mother, the child who became the caregiver. Some mothers were wounded themselves, broken, exhausted, traumatized, overwhelmed. You became the emotional parent. You soothed her, supported her, protected her, stabilized her. You grew up too fast and yet never truly grew at all. Now you attract broken people, overextend yourself, fear setting boundaries, feel responsible for other people's emotions, carry guilt for prioritizing yourself, lose your identity in caretaking. You were never allowed to be a child, so now adulthood feels heavy, confusing, and exhausting. How the mother wound sabotages adulthood. The child adapts, the adult pays. Let's break down the most common lifelong patterns. 1. Anxious attachment. You cling, you overthink, you fear abandonment, you need reassurance, you feel unlovable. 2. Avoidant attachment. You withdraw, you detach, you fear intimacy, you feel overwhelmed by closeness, you stay emotionally hidden. 3. Identity confusion. You don't know who you are, only who you needed to be. 4. Chronic guilt. You feel guilty for succeeding, failing, resting, setting boundaries, being different. wanting space. 5. Low self-worth. If your mother didn't validate you, you never learned to validate yourself. 6. People-pleasing. You were trained to prioritize her emotions over your own. Now you do it with everyone. The moment you realize it wasn't your fault, nothing was wrong with you. You weren't too sensitive. You weren't too needy. You weren't unlovable. You weren't dramatic. You weren't defective. You were adapting to survive your environment. Your reactions were intelligent. Your defenses were protective. Your patterns were logical. You survived your mother. But you don't have to live the rest of your life inside her shadow. If these patterns were learned, they can be unlearned. If this identity was shaped, it can be reshaped. If the mother wound was inherited, it can be broken. How to heal the mother wound and reclaim yourself. Step 1. Name what happened without minimizing it. Stop saying she meant well, she tried, it wasn't that bad, she had a hard life. These may be true, but so is your pain. Healing begins with honesty. Step 2. Identify what you lost. Make a list of the inner muscles she never helped you grow. These are not flaws. They are undeveloped potentials. Step 3. Relearn emotional safety. Through therapy, journaling, somatic work, and supportive relationships, you must teach your body that connection is not danger. Step 4. Build boundaries without guilt. Your life is not her emotional support system. Your purpose is not to manage her feelings. Your identity is not her property. Step 5. Reparent your inner child. Give yourself now what she couldn't give you then. Validation, comfort, encouragement, boundaries, structure, compassion. Become the mother you needed. Step 6. Reclaim your identity. Ask yourself, who am I when I'm not pleasing her? Who am I when I'm not afraid? Who am I when I'm not performing? Who am I when I'm not rescuing? This is your true self. The person you were meant to become still exists. The confident one, the expressive one, the emotionally alive one, the secure one, the independent one, the creative one, the loving one, the powerful one. They are not gone. They are buried beneath guilt, conditioning, fear, shame, and silence. But buried is not dead. You can excavate, you can awaken, you can transform, you can rise. Your potential is waiting for you. Final message. You are not your mother's story. Your mother shaped you, but she does not define you. You are not trapped. You are not broken. You are not doomed to repeat her patterns. You can outgrow the woman who raised you. You can become the version of yourself she could never model. You can break the cycle. You can rewrite the blueprint. You can become whole. The mother wound explains your past, but it does not control your future. You are not what your mother did to you. You are what you choose to become in spite of it. It's time to heal, Time to awaken. Time to reclaim your life. Time to meet the person you were always meant to be. Your potential is still alive. Go get it.